They've had a lot to celebrate the last few months, realizing his comeback was going to be an epic one to the tour. Owens in the quarters against Connor O'Leary coming on finals day, and now we're going to set the last quarterfinal. Kelly Slater and Jordy Smith both have a lot in common. They both are all-star athletes when they compete on the championship tour.
Yeah, wave selection, well, we saw in that last heat, very, very important, isn't it, Joe?
Jordy's going to take the first real wave here. It's got a lot of foam on it. We might see something special down the line. Nice forehand hook. Lays down another big track into the pocket. Check turn to set up the lip to hit. And now a deep bottom turn. Crushes it off the top, but he can't hang on to the landing.
Is he back on his old fave?
Looks like it.
You know, sometimes in conditions like this, you want to ride something that you are super familiar with. Something that you know like the back of your hand, something you can trust on, and it looked like he was well and truly on his way to something really good then.
Just the bottom dropping out, landed in flat water and just went straight down. So ended what could have been a solid start against Kelly. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, just a little white foamy start to this wave. This is when you got to just take your time, hook into it. Now it starts to clean up. Sometimes when you've got these onshore conditions, you get these little pockets to just jam your board into, which Jordy does nicely, snapping it up through the lip, and then just kind of was focused maybe a little bit too further down the line instead of concentrating on what was happening underneath him. As that bottom dropped out and that outside rail caught. Let's have a look and see again. You can see him looking down the line. He's not really looking at the bottom of the wave where the board is about to catch. I think he was focused on maybe trying to get off the bottom and up and over that next section. And that's the trick with these kind of waves, Joe. You've got to really pay attention to those little details.
More action out the back. This is Kelly Slater to answer to Jordy's wave. Big fin drift straight down on the first turn. So Jordy 4.83, got more points because he fell in the finish. Kelly going for broke on the first opportunity. Really solid conditions for a finals day against Joel Parkinson. Kelly again. First snap through the whitewater. There's the wrap. Nice and easy on the flow. Solid vertical, and he's changing it up. Big tail dropping cut back. Can Kelly hang on? Fighting for it, and it's not going to let him back in. Can still see with that incredible balance. His board was under his feet. Just the wave ran off without him.
Yeah, it's that cat-like balance, isn't it? You'd throw Kelly Slater up in the air and he'd land on his feet most of the time. You know, it's and that's his forte, isn't it? I mean, he does stuff in weird parts of the wave. You know, that big air reverse that he did at Bells Beach against Mick Fanning. I mean,
did a full rotator, got a 10, made that final a little extra exciting. So we check out what happened here on this last wave.
Oh, he's looking good on this wave. The board is looking great, looking fresh, jamming the tail and just kind of sort of almost wheelied into that maneuver. Lost a lot of speed. Let's have a look. He jams it all the way around. I mean, he's been doing this maneuver pretty much through the entire event. Watch how he kicks that tail right at the end there and almost does a semi-wheelie. And he wiped off a little bit too much speed right there. And the white water sort of almost engulfed his board, so I think the next time he does that, he won't quite tweak it as much.
To the old school event, it's called the Stubbies, as we'll roll in with Kelly on his little wave that's got a little warble in it. Now he slams on it. The open face with a tight jam. Tail slide version off the roof on that one. Climbs off the top, now looking to strengthen that little flow down the line. Two big pumps off the top, and now he's going to jam the fins out in front of him. Interesting wave, different types of sections, and he just hit them all down the line. He'll get rid of a 1.0 and take over the lead from Jordy Smith. When Kelly was finishing, Jordy got this wave, Pons.
Yeah, Jordy's just trying to back that 4.83 up. Nice turn there from Jordy. You'd have to think Jordy's got a little bit of an advantage because he's heavier, so he could drive through those chops a bit easier. You know, when you see him at Bells and Margaret's and places like that, he just drives through those lumps and bumps and the wind. It doesn't really affect him. So Kelly, though, on the other hand, is just spontaneous. Look at that turn right there, back under the lip, off the bottom. Another beautiful sliding maneuver, so showing some great variety. down the line, projected turn there. A little float maneuver and then back into another one. So that wave didn't really allow him to do any kind of different turn there. That's why you saw two of very similar maneuvers.
We know the momentum that comes with it. You're #1 in the world heading into the next stop this season, heading out west to Margaret River. Kind of a relatively new event, championship tour status upgrade in the last few years. Used to be a CT, then went to a QS for a long time.
Sometimes in conditions like this, maybe it's kind of good not to have priority. You can sort of just freestyle underneath that.
Kelly now setting up this right-hander. Nice hard bottom turn, clean snap through a messy section. Hangs onto the rail through that carve in the pocket. Quick fade, now hoping he's getting that inside double up to grow. He'll fade again. Jordy's getting started behind him as Kelly is swinging for the lip. Kelly's got a lot of speed down the line. Jams it off the lip, quick float. Going off the top again for that layback jam. Off the lip again, Kelly finding his flow and rhythm. Jordy trying to heat up as well. An explosive opening carve. Jordy swings back into the pocket again. Kelly just kicking out. Through the lip is Jordy Smith. And he wants this thing to double up and send him into the low road. It's starting to spin. Might as well pull in. The South African just gets a tight little pocket ride. Back to turns for Jordy. Floats, kicks out by the free surfers. A solid exchange here.
Solid.
Improving on the scoreline. Let's see what Kelly did here.
I did everything. This was a long way from Kelly. So taking his time just to sort of kick things off here. So he's all this is like anticipating what is going to happen. So he's setting it all up. This is all just transition maneuvers, making sure he's in the right place. Once this wave unloads on the inside, now it does. Now it starts to get that speed as he keeps the nose out of the water. Big slashing turn from Kelly up and over the whitewater again. So jamming it in the pocket, building points as he moves through the inside. Again, just rapid fire from Kelly Slater. Starts to get smaller and smaller through the inside, and Kelly finishes up. That was a good wave for Kelly, and a leg burner, by the way. Right behind him, Jordy Smith on a little bit of a bigger wave. Starts off better, so straight away Jordy with one sort of better connection out the back. Now it's that little bit of downtime, a lot of lump and bump on the face, so Jordy really has to pay attention as he brings it through the inside here. Starts to milk it, waiting for it to stand up. Starting to clean up, Joe. That wind might be backing down just a little bit. Again, right in front of the jet ski, beautiful snap. And again, another gouging move. So Jordy matching Kelly turn for turn through the inside section. And this is where it's sort of kind of doubled up for him, and Jordy opting to hit the brakes and get a nice little cover up. Wow, great surfing there from both these guys. Maybe Jordy might get the better of that exchange, Joe.
These condition spots has been really entertaining. You just don't know what to expect when it comes for what that inside link up is going to have in store for the world's best. Jordy actually getting a tight little pocket ride and then went back to turns and finished strong. Smith now needing an 8.77 on that last wave since Kelly's last came in at a 6.33. So waiting on the last of Jordy to come through. 12 minutes on the clock. Kelly's not going to wait to hear the score. He's already having another look here. He's getting a lot of zip off that board. Blow tail, solid. Finishes that one off. Now he's got more down the line. Hacking it out in front and sneaking out of there. Next wave, Jordy's going to hold his position.
You could see at the end of that last wave, he was almost putting his hands on his knees and taking in the deep breath, but ready to go in no time at all.
Jordy now hits that whitewater section, throws it up vertically, trying to get that flow going. Extends the slide off the roof on the third move into a beautiful slash on the open face. Hits it hard on the inside corner to kick out with a statement. His wave before locked in at a 6.0. So he's still looking for a 7.6 on that wave to take the lead. Let's take a look at his last turn.
Yeah, nice turn. I love this little slide right here. Watch how he just connects. This turn, jams it, and look at it, just gets that beautiful drifting motion. It feels so good when you're that in control of your equipment, Joe. I don't know whether this is going to go into, well, it probably will better his 4.83. It's looking for a 7.6. And then Kelly, we talk about wasting no time. Throws the tail out. How's the agility there? The knees were bent. He was almost flat on the deck of his board. And again, throws the tail out. He's got that maneuver on lock as he kicks out. So Kelly just with a 4.10. Jordy needing a 7.53. Solid score required by the big South African.
We saw Parko today really inspired no matter what the conditions are doing, because he wants a title, and you can see Kelly's approach. He's not holding back. Jordy now looking to get the lead. A couple of smooth moves, some clear water to work with, and a fin throw off the top. Little layback jam to get creative where he didn't have a lot of open face. Kelly on the next one floats the section. Nice and vertical. Meanwhile, Jordy, little bonus punt. Similar little Superman motion on that air. Kelly throws an air behind him and now sets up a big roundhouse cutback. Solid battle in challenging conditions. These guys are making it look easy. Kelly kicks out on his feet. What a fun exchange that was, Potts.
That looked like a video game right there, Joe. Both guys just lighting it up. Jordy throwing out some huge turns. And Kelly just fitting some incredible turns in such a tight little transition. I'm sure he's gone back to that little 5.6 that he was talking about earlier. Let's have a look at this wave right here from Kelly. Beautiful opening maneuver. And then just hooks into that next turn. This is where it starts getting tricky. Now you've got to hit the gas, flying down the line, up and over that section. Watch how tight the transition gets right here. And then Kelly just able to just milk it. Beautiful little sort of semi-credit card air, and then hooks into a big wraparound cutback. Amazing stuff from the 45-year-old. Surfing like a grommet.
Yeah.
He's acting like a grommet. What's he doing out there?
Looking like he's having a blast. And this was the first wave. Jordy didn't have priority for this one.
No, he didn't. But watch this turn. This next turn from Jordy Smith is next level. Bang. Off the top right here as he just hooks into it. Boom. Throws the tail out. Such control there from Jordy. And a beautiful layback snap. So a concession of big man turns from the South African. Kind of gets a little bonus inside section. So, well, Kelly got the better of that last exchange. Can Jordy turn the tables on Kelly? Looking for a 7.53. Is Kelly going to better his situation? Jordy claiming.
Passing the 5-minute warning. Waiting on the numbers on the last exchange. Both these guys turning in maybe some of their best scores.
Yeah, I think both guys are going to better their situation. It's just by how much and who's going to get the nod in that exchange. It's going to be very important.
Kelly's up again. Lay back, lays completely down, recovers without a problem. Just showing off that athleticism. Scores in now. 7.3 for Jordy, 7.43 for Kelly. So Kelly let Jordy go on the first one, answered back just a touch better on the second. Keeps the lead out front, 4 to go. We still can't find him. We'll see if we can find him after this wave. Kelly's now up, setting up his first move. Already going so fast down the line, he'll just throw a big punt off the roof. He ends up going down now. Jordy could take advantage of that on this wave. And that one's not going to give him the inside corner, so he's out. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was maybe a little bit of a mistake right there for Jordy.
Under his feet in these different conditions. Without priority, Jordy has to bail out. Kelly takes it off him with 25 seconds to go. Wrapping cut back off the top for Kelly. The big decision here was just to make sure Jordy didn't have this chance. Starting to roll down the line. Classic little fading cutback. This wave not going to change anything with the total, but he will be able to run off some of the clock. Jordy did get this wave behind him. So this wave is counting. We'll see if Smith had anything out the back worthwhile. Throws the reverse spin. Ended up sort of with the body language that he didn't have much before it.
Yep.
He's left chasing a 7.47 as we run out of time. Kelly Slater happy to be moving on into the quarterfinals to have a rematch with Gabriel Medina on finals day at the Quiksilver Pro. Kelly Slater's best result in a few years at the season opener, and he's happy to go the distance, dedicated to world title number 12. and he dominated some pretty sloppy conditions. Had a great game plan, picked off great waves, did the layers, showed us a lot of variety, and really had Jordy chasing him the entire matchup, Putz.
Yeah, he did. I mean, every time Jordy dropped the score, Kelly increased his scoreline, so good surfing from Kelly.